Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 10. Damn, Ronnie, 10 episodes in. Episode 10 of the Battered Mets Fan Podcast. I'm your host, Primo, aka Manny. Alongside with me, Mr. Ronnie Diaz. How we doing today, sir?
Hey Manny, we're good. We're all right. A bit tired, but
Mm,
uh,
it's almost the weekend.
almost the weekend.
We're almost there.
Little disappointed. I think the focus now for New York fans are on another team in New York. So
Mm,
we're still
I
hanging in there.
yeah. If you're watching this, I have a Colombia jersey on. I'm getting that World Cup fever. It really settled in today. I really wanted to see. People don't know. I'm half Peruvian, so is Ronnie. We're half Peruvian. We got Peru in our family, and they're playing here in Miami tomorrow. Actually, the stadium is like 10 minutes that way out the window. I want to watch them, but the tickets are expensive. But I'm getting a World Cup fever. And I think it's fair to say that the Knicks are taking all the attention away from even the Yankees. I
Hmm.
think no one cares about baseball at this moment in the city. It's buzzing with the Knicks,
Yep.
which we're going to get into actually in the episode. We're going to give a quick thoughts analysis of game one and see who's going to win game two. But
Let
it's
me
our
let me
job
let me
to,
let me.
yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah, you're
sorry.
good.
My bad.
You're good.
Before you continue, isn't
Hmm.
that funny how it is? Back in 2015, the Mets were in the World Series, and the Knicks season, the NBA season was starting. Us as Mets fans, we were excited and buzzing.
Yeah.
But Brian, my brother, was talking about the Knicks,
Oh, we
and
didn't
I was
care.
telling,
He
I was
got
like,
bullied.
bro, we're in the World Series. What's going on? And you see how all the
Now
attention
it's
is now on the
transition
Knicks.
now.
It's different this time around.
Yeah.
It's
No, the
different.
Knicks are doing us a solid. We're not the back, media has a kick out of us. We're not the back page story.
Yeah.
But it is our job to cover the Mets. So I called it last episode. I don't mean to brag about that, but like I'm just disappointed that I was right. We were going to drop 2 out of 3 to this team. Ultimately, Ronnie, what the series came down to, short and sweet, Monday was a missed opportunity. You're tied 2-2. You go to extras, run on second, and you got Juan Soto at the plate. You got to score, Juan Soto. You got to do something. You got to be the man. And he failed. He struck out. Mark Vientos struck out. And I believe AJ Ewing was the one after, and he popped up. And then Seattle walked off on us. Ultimately, that's what the series came down to. We got our butts whooped on Wednesday. Oh, no, on Tuesday. And then since we're recording on June
Thursday.
4th, on
Yeah.
Thursday, yesterday, Wednesday, we had a good victory, 7-1. So ultimately, it was that Monday game that we could have won the series, but we didn't. It's a bummer. Can't really lose opportunities like that. Really can't. But I guess I'll ask you this, Ronnie. What are your thoughts? What are your big positives, your big negatives? Anything you want to do an overview of the series with Seattle?
The Mets suck in the West
Hmm.
Coast.
Yes.
And if they're thinking about doing anything up against the Dodgers, they won't be able to handle the West Coast. I think you remember back in 2024 when they made the NLCS
Yes.
and they were playing against the Dodgers. We were on a run. The Mets were on a run. They beat the Brewers, that legendary home run by Pete Alonso, the grand slam by Lindor against the Phillies to capitalize in
It's
the
only
NLDS.
yeah.
And I was saying Dodgers won't be able to handle the cold in New York. Yeah, the Mets couldn't handle the heat in LA. So
No. Mm-mm.
they suck in the West Coast, and there's nothing. The one thing that is really bothering me, and you're gonna get into one of these, one
Mm-hmm.
of the players, but Bo Bichette, he is so consistent. The guy goes 0 for 7 in the first two games, and then goes 4 for 4 yesterday.
Very,
I'm
yeah, very inconsistent. Yeah.
I'm not sure what's going on. I don't know why that's happening with him, but that's exactly what's happened in every single series.
Yeah.
That happens
Yeah.
with him. He
Uh,
has offers the first two games, and then the last game he goes perfect or goes
yeah.
3 for 4, 2 for 4, whatever the case is.
It's very, very strange. I will bring up something that you actually brought up that could be a theory. You believe that him coming to a big market team like New York, it's not Toronto. New York is one of the marquee places in any sport, really. And you have this huge contract, so you have pressure already in a big market team like New York.
Yeah,
And ultimately, he's playing a different position, if I'm mistaken, right? He's at a position and he's playing in a big market. maybe the pressure's just getting to him, and it's very unfortunate. He did admit it, but I believe you were spot on with that. He's playing a different position, and some of these guys, when they're out of position, you're asking for a lot. It's kind of a miscalculation on management to put some of these players you expect a lot, and you give them a big contract. They have the pressure. You are in the bright lights now, like a lot of people are watching, and you underperform. The way that contract is going to really affect the player's psyche, and maybe Boba Fett is still adjusting, and that probably explains the inconsistency with the bat. And yeah, you're right. 0 for 7, and then yesterday he reminded us like, "Hey guys, I'm good." And it's just it's
It
very
happens every
unfortunate
single time. It happens every
every
single
time.
time.
Yeah,
And on the flip side, can you really blame him? Everything you just said, can you really blame him? That
no,
that solely
no.
relies that you have to blame David Stearns for that.
Yeah,
For
that's a
trying to
miscalculation. Hmm.
grab a player for a position that is already taken care of, and just so that you can sign the bat instead of signing a natural position player or developing the guys that you have playing that position already. Maybe we wouldn't be going through this, or maybe we wouldn't be talking
No,
about this.
no, no, no. And before I get into with my big negative, my biggest takeaway from the series, um, your boy Freddy Peralta.
Hmm.
By your standards, because I know you say you're out on him. How did yesterday's start look to you? 7-1 victory. How'd you feel?
May okay, so he gave up
Meh.
six.
Meh. That's
Mm,
the way to put it.
it's one start out of many. He
Mm-hmm.
did look great. He pitched 6 strong innings. He did give up 6 hits though,
Mm-hmm.
so his command was good. Only 2 walks, but we have to see what happens in the next start.
Keep it rolling.
Yeah, keep it
Keep it
rolling.
rolling.
He's actually one of the players that I wanted to mention to you about because it came out today. If you want to get into it already,
Yeah, let's do it.
um, uh, Jeff Passan of ESPN mentioned that he could be one of the key pieces if the Mets become sellers, which is what it's looking like.
Really?
And if you remember a couple episodes ago, he was the first player, the only player that I mentioned so far. If the Mets become sellers, he may be the first.
Really?
So,
I
yeah.
didn't I didn't think he would be a piece because we gave up to get him. To sell him immediately on a contract year is kind of that would
So
frustrate me.
if
But
you noticed any trends, a lot of players become rentals, or a lot of players in their contract, the last year of their contract. As long as their value is up, the team can try to get something out of it. Still,
right,
make up for what they
what we
lost.
gave up. Mm,
In my opinion, I think that's what Stern should do. At this point, 27-35, we're well above 10 games out of the first position. The Braves do not look like they're cooling down anytime soon,
no,
unless
no, it's a wild card fight. It's not gonna be
yeah,
fun.
and exactly. And you have a whole bunch of good teams fighting for those 2 spots in the wild card, or 3 spots. I'm sorry, 4 spots, right? Is it
Yeah,
4 spots? Yeah,
four
four
spots.
spots. Um, I don't. It's gonna be too tough, and I say this every single year. If the Mets can't beat bad teams, I can't expect them to beat good teams. And if they can't do either of those two, what's the point of making it to the playoffs?
Yeah, there's no point. There's no
Um,
actually real quick. I think the wild card is 3 spots, right? I think it's 3 spots, and then the lowest division winner. The division winner that has the least amount of wins has to play the last place wild card
yeah,
spot. So
you're right. So
three
it's three
wild
wild
cards.
cards.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, three wild
yeah.
card
It's
spots.
it's
Mhm.
three. It's strange, but okay.
Yeah,
Damn, I did not. I'll tell you what. If we're
he's
gonna be
not.
sellers, if we're
Uh
gonna be
huh.
sellers, Ronnie, I would believe the Marlins will also sell and Alcantara will be on the market. I was kind of hoping Sandy would kind of come in a position for us, but given our record and given situation, teams out there looking at Peralta and Alcantara on the market, it's gonna be an
I
interesting
mean,
offseason,
let's
especially with
see.
the Dodgers, what they're doing. The other team in New York is kind of keeping an eye on that. I'm just saying.
I think at
We
this
wouldn't trade
point,
with them, but the Marlins, yeah.
a potential three-way trade can happen. I mean, it'll be. I'm just speaking out of my ass now.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, let's say, for example, a dream trade, we get Sandy out because I prefer him over Freddie Peralta. I don't know what it is. I think he can handle New York, but a
Okay.
three-way trade where we're trading Freddie Peralta for some young guys, and those young guys end up going to the Marlins because that's who the Marlins are going to look for if they're going to trade Sandy, and then
Yeah.
Sandy comes over to the Mets.
Oh yeah.
So the
Oh, that would
Marlins
be
had
sick.
not. Marlins don't have anything to do with Freddie Peralta, because you're pretty much, to them it would be like giving up the same person you're getting back. So it makes no sense for them to make that kind of trade.
No, no,
So it would have to be a three-way trade. And at this point, I don't think the Mets should give up any
no.
more
I give up. No
farm
young
guys.
prospect or nothing. No,
Yeah,
no need to. We already invested heavy in that. That was a slap to the face.
yeah.
Oh, interesting. I did not know that. Well, okay. Well, if I'll tell you what, if that happens, then I'm all for completely tearing the team apart appropriately and looking to see what we're gonna do with Juan Soto next year. For he's gonna be the leader for a full rebuild team, which
Mhm.
I know that's not what he signed up for, and that makes me a bit nervous. But that would be an interesting podcast to do when the time comes, which is in about a month from now.
Mhm.
Okay. So I thought Freddie Peralta at least, well, until we get there, at least what he showed me yesterday that gave up a leadoff home run was ridiculous, and then he,
Hmm.
chilled after. So it's a roller coaster with him, and
Well, tell me, what would you do with Freddie Peralta? What do you think the Mets should do?
I would say we probably have to trade him if we're gonna be sellers. He's one of the pieces. It's just shocking to me. The situation the Mets are in is very frustrating. It's just what frustrates me is I need to see what value we're getting in return, because if it's
Yeah.
not something that we gave up, then I'm gonna be kind of pissed off with it. But I mean, what else can I be upset about with this team? Well, actually, I'm gonna get into what pissed me off on about this team, specifically a player, but that everyone is actually talking about, and I feel like we should give our thoughts on that. But I feel like if in that position, if we're gonna sell, then yeah, it would be wise to just move Freddie Peralta and not just give him the big contract for if we're gonna, if it's gonna feel like we're gonna be right like stuck, and you don't want to be stuck. You don't
Mhm.
want to be. So let me just get into it. So because the title of the episode, let's. I feel like now I should basically give a quick analysis. What happened on so he didn't play yesterday, and I'll
No.
get to that. I
And
don't
he
even know how
pinch
to
it.
process. I don't know how to process my train of thought with this guy. But I'll tell you one thing, Ronnie. In 2024, I mean, I'm sure you've heard a lot of you could be you could defend me on this. I was huge on Mark Vientos. I was in my thought, in my brain, I was thinking this guy is gonna be one of the big pieces for us. If we're gonna get it done, he's definitely like one of the moving pieces. Like he is the guy, one of the guys that we need on this lineup. And very disappointing since 2024.
Mhm.
And I still hung on to that delusion that he will be good for us, despite his awful play this season. And every fan could see it. But I'm assuming the coaches don't see it, and I'm assuming Mark Vientos himself doesn't see it, because what happened, he goes 0 for 4
Mhm.
on Tuesday,
Yeah.
and he also he got recorded an error, which was just ridiculous. It's literally bush league BS. He's a professional. These things just it can't happen. And he essentially has a post game press conference. Okay, he might as well have two errors, by the way, but one of them wasn't recorded as an error. But he might as well have two errors. Just an awful ends the series 0 for 5, and he gets benched yesterday
Mhm.
for game 3. So post game press conference, he says that he feels like it's bad luck what's happening to him. I'm not going to quote him because it's not. It frustrates me reading what he said, quote, word by word. But he says that it's just bad luck, and that he needs to give himself some credit. That I guess hitting, at least making contact, is good enough. I guess, Ronnie, like as long as you hit the
Mhm.
ball, it's good enough. Like, hey, like I could go 0 for 20 shooting the ball in basketball, Ronnie, but you know what? At least if I got my shot up, I feel like that's good enough, right? I mean, that's what Mark Vientos is essentially kind of saying. And that he also feels like he's fielding well. To his defense, on just the only thing I'm going to defend him here, he's not a first baseman. Clearly that shows, but the Mets, I feel like they have like no options right now with Polanco out. And well, now Young is making a case that he should be the first baseman. So I'm not gonna blame Mark Vientos for. It's not his fault that he's at first base, but he has not. He's shown that he can't be trusted at first base at all. So for him
Yeah.
to defend himself, saying that like I feel like I'm doing well and that he's fielding well, in what world? Like the numbers don't back it up. The eye test doesn't back it up. Him just crediting himself for playing horrible baseball, like bad baseball player, is putting it gently or nicely. That's a compliment for him to call him a bad baseball player. It's a compliment. This is the part that's what really like just threw me off, and I and again the Mets won, and I just did not care. What he said in the post game conference is exactly what's wrong with this baseball team. I feel like the management has no accountability. How the hell are you're 26-year-old Mark Vientos, and I feel like I hope he sees this. You're 26 years old. You play in New York. You have New York media training. That is both. No one in New York that's an athlete has no New York media training, and he said the wrong answers. And also in his answers is the issue with the ball club. There's no accountability. There's no leader. Because if there was accountability, if there was a leader, he would not be talking like that, or he would not answer that way. He would be like Jonathan, who's 22 years old. I did not pitch well. Okay.
Yeah.
And we're going to get to real quick on Tong. He took accountability. You know why? Because he's young and he's taking his job very serious and he has proper New York media training. And he was very honest. I got to do better, which is true. He needs to do better. And frankly, he has been pitching better this season compared to last season. And it's not the best this season, but hey, it's somewhat an improvement, and we'll take it. And he took accountability. Mark Vientos is given so many damn opportunities because his team is just bad. And he's given so many opportunities to do the right thing. And I'm just out on Mark Vientos. This guy sucks. I am, he's very dangerous levels of reaching the Tua Tagovailoa of how I feel about that guy in football, where he needs to get off, and wherever he goes, I'm rooting harshly against him. Like an 0 for 3 night, hit by pitch, anything. I'm not wishing for an injury, but anything that rattles him, I'm going to be very happy. Like I will sleep with a smile on my face. Mark Vientos is reaching dangerous levels of he needs to get out of, he needs to stop being a baseball player. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Believe me, I sound very composed. I was, if we did it yesterday live, Ronnie, I would have said every curse word in the damn book. Mark Vientos, he needs to get off the team, and I cannot wait for Polanco to come back from injury, take first base, or have Jerry Young take first base, and the other guy takes DH. This guy needs to be benched. He talks because he knows he's daring to coach. I'm not going to be benched. I'm not. He can say whatever he wants because they're going to play him. Now, that was Tuesday. Yesterday, he didn't play. I'm hoping that someone went to his face, the coach, Mendoza, and told him, what was that? What are you saying? Unacceptable. Your ass is not playing tomorrow. But that feels like a fantasy at this point because Mendoza he has shown that he's not that guy. So, Ronnie, basically set up the stage for you of Mark Vientos and how he's a loser. All right, he's a loser, bona fide loser. What were your thoughts when he said that? And what do you think is the best thing moving forward? And does he even have any value if you're going to move him via trade?
No, I don't think it's so much of what's it called? What did you just say? Media training. I think it's just not caring. He's said a lot of outlandish things to the media before, and it just shows that he doesn't care. I don't know. It's like he's different on the field than he is off the field, and
he thinks he's good, man. And
I don't think
off, man.
he doesn't take it serious. He doesn't take it serious. And hey, when you mentioned Mendoza, if you hope that somebody went up to him, I don't think anybody did. I had a reaction to that. I don't think anybody did. I think it's time to DFA him, get rid of him.
The DFA.
Him.
Wow.
Yeah, because it's like you said. It's. I don't think it's media training. It's just a lack of caring.
Okay.
You have a lot of young guys that are coming up that can easily take his position, and like you said, he probably feels like they're not going to bench him because they need him. No, screw that. Polanco's coming back, and
Can't wait.
whether or not he's going to produce, the Mets are out of the playoff race, and a lot of it has to do with Mark Vientos,
Yes. Yes.
because when he comes up to the plate, he was good during the season, during the beginning of the season,
Hmm.
and then all of a sudden he just started being very inconsistent. Him and Bichette are battling for the most inconsistent bat in that lineup, and he's swinging at everything, anything and everything. You forgot to mention that one podcast that he swung at a pitch that hit him.
Oh
I
my
mean,
goodness. I got
uh,
the picture.
you when that game ended, you sent that image to the group chat, and the following day, I was able to see that pitch hit him. Like, and everybody was like, "What are you swinging at?"
He's
Um,
swinging at a pitch that hit him. It
yeah,
hit him,
it just
and
shows
he
you how
struck
much he
out.
cares. It shows you how much he cares. How are you going to? And I always say this: why are batters swinging at pitches that never start in the strike zone?
Look at
Yeah,
that, and look at it says number 5. It hit his knee, which it did,
it did. Yeah.
and stringing a swinging strike 3,
Um,
swinging at a ball that hit you at a
yeah.
professional level is, and I hate to say it because we're a freaking joke, but I saw it on Twitter. It's so Mets like, and that is frustrating. That's a
And that
culture thing.
and that's how I was gonna get to that. There's no
Mhm.
accountability in that clubhouse, and that's why he needs to be DFA'd. Hold somebody accountable already. Too much is going on, and it's a culture problem. It's an organization problem. With new owners, with new
Exactly.
management, nothing seems to change. It's the
No,
same old Met story. Every single year, we get hyped up, we get new players, get better players, they spend money, but at the end of it, by June, we're already exhausted, we're
I'm tired of
drained,
it.
we're tired of it. We don't want to watch anymore, and it's the same old story. And it's
Yeah.
the reason why we're considered the small little brother
Yeah.
of the other New York
Yeah.
team, but yeah,
Yeah.
no, I think he needs to be DFA'd. Something needs to happen. If it's not going to
Hmm.
be him, then Mendoza needs to get fired. Something needs to happen in that clubhouse for
Yeah.
people to take this club to take this organization serious. Because
Yeah.
at this point, we're becoming the laughing stock. Mets are becoming the laughing stock. Second biggest payroll, second highest payroll in the league, in the MLB, and
Yeah.
they have the worst record. I think, right?
That's
Is
bad.
it the worst
Nah,
record?
we
They don't
don't
have
have
the
the
worst
worst
record
yet, but we are the worst in NL East.
in the NL East. Well,
That sucks.
same
Yeah.
difference
Yeah.
because NL East was up for grabbing, and clearly the Phillies did something right, which I thought wasn't going to work out. But
They did
um,
something.
the NL East was there for taking because nobody was going to predict that the Braves were going to be this hot to start the
Yeah. Yeah.
season.
Yeah. They're on fire.
Uh, so
It's
yeah,
I encourage every Mets fan. They need to. I encourage every Met fan to really look at Mark Vientos, read between the lines, because what he said, you could be frustrated at the player. He is resembling what is a ball club issue in this specific locker room and this at this exact date. Mark Vientos is exactly what's wrong with the Mets. And I'm so sick of the bad luck excuse. That is such the lamest excuse. That is a loser not admitting that I need to do better.
mhm.
Okay. And I mentioned 2024, not because of Mark Vientos coming out party. I just want to make it clear with Mark Vientos how fed up and how sick I am of Mark Vientos, how much I'm over this guy already. All right. 2024 was a magical year for Met fans because we got to like have hope, and we left that season with hope. And Mark Vientos was a big part of that, right? But you know what? And this is coming from my heart, and I'm putting my Mets fandom right here when I say these next words for Mark Vientos. 2024 was a great year for hope, and I still look back at some of the highlights and stuff, but we didn't win anything. We overachieved, but there's no trophy for it. There's no pennant for it. There's nothing but the hope. And Mark Vientos basically shot all that hope away. So Mark Vientos, in my eyes and how I feel, he means nothing to me. Nothing. The only thing he had to prove was the potential from 2024. And now doesn't have shit. So he needs to get off my baseball team. And I do not care. I don't care. All right. I do not care about what he does next. or if he still thinks he's good, it doesn't matter. Go be good, in quote air quotes. Go be good somewhere else, but not on the Mets. Not on the Mets. I could take accountability if you admit you suck, like Boba Fett has said it, and it's frustrating. But hey, I see some of the flashes. I still feel like he could turn it around. I'll stick through the frustrations. This is just unacceptable, and this is just flat out disgusting with Mark Vientos. I'm so sick of him. So my que pena is, I don't know how many times this guy has on the list, but you know what? He needs to get like 5 que penas. He's
We
triple
should start
threat.
tracking that.
Yeah,
should
I'm gonna
start
start
tracking
tracking
that.
it. I'll look through the episodes and we'll have a tracker. But Mark Vientos, oh, he's a que pena for the next 3 weeks because it's just ridiculous. It's bad luck. Bad luck. Like that is so. What a loser. What a loser. A professional saying I have bad luck. Get out of here, man. Get out of here. You know what's bad luck? Game 1, Knicks Cavs. The guy that shot a 3-pointer at the buzzer and the ball was halfway in. That Mike Breen even pre-banged. He went bang like because he thought the ball was in, and the ball was halfway in, and it popped out. That's bad luck. Okay.
Yeah,
Shot the ball well. But you know what? In that moment, that's where you can say the basketball gods are with the Knicks. Okay. That's bad luck. Well, whatever Mark Vientos is doing, that's not bad luck. All right.
That's just sucking. That's just sucking.
So let's transition real quick. Actually, no, before we transition to the toast of New York, until we get some I know you must be very happy, and the whole fam is. I'm just before we get to it, Ronnie, who's your hard hat winner? Who's your que pena?
My que pena, I'm gonna give it to Jonathan, but not for the reasons that we give que pena awards for, but sympathy, only because I feel bad for the kid.
He got called down.
He got called down, and obviously he came up having no clue what he was going to do up until that first game.
Mm-hmm.
They used him for extended reliefs, whatever they want to call it, these bullpen games.
Yeah. Just start him.
Yeah, exactly. Just start him.
I don't think too. Start him.
And to send him down, he held himself accountable. He's being hard on himself. But I think at this point, it has a lot to do with the coaching staff. I don't know what changed.
And the roster.
And the roster moves, yeah. I guess you can say that the new coaches that came in after 2024, I think they made some changes.
Yeah.
I'm not feeling it, man. They suck. Yeah. They suck. They suck bad. Terrible. And the injuries came back. We've always been an injury-plagued team. And I feel like when they made these changes to the coaches, the injuries started happening again. Yeah. They were doing something right before.
We need to investigate the medical staff too. They need to. That's one thing. If you're gonna be a hardcore Met fans know this, and if you are a casual Mets fan, you need to learn this. Investigate the medical staff. That's a big part of the Mets lore. Why are these guys getting hurt? And the other side of New York, they're not getting hurt, and they're in a more dangerous place in New York. Like you could leave the stadium and you can have like 10 injuries happen to you at once. It is dangerous out there in the Bronx, and yet here in Queens, everyone's getting hurt. Just swinging the damn ball and someone's getting hurt.
You threw me a curveball there. I wasn't expecting that.
It's serious.
It's so true. It's so true. Yeah, no, it's always been like that. It's always been how is it possible that team always? I mean, we can't really say that they've always been 100% healthy. I guess it has to do with the players that they acquire that are more injury prone. But yeah, for the better part of the entire franchise, like their existence, players hardly get hurt. On their like you don't hear players getting hurt during training or practice or whatever the case is. For the Mets, it's like damn again.
Expected.
Another one.
And that's the worst part. Expected. Like
And you know what the crazy thing is?
I don't know why we signed him because
you know what the exactly. The crazy thing is when in the first episode I said it. We have a lot of depth, and Stearns did that to prevent to prevent being without players when these injuries happen. It's almost like he knew it was going to happen.
And now here we are. We're sending people down to make roster moves. We're making roster moves, sending people down that are even Tobias Myers, who's worthy of an MLB spot. They're losing their spots because our starting pitching can't even extend. They can't even go past 6 innings and give our bullpen a break.
Yep.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And your hard hat, you got any hard hat winners?
It's tough to say. I didn't really see anything stand out. I guess I
Hmm.
can say Freddie Peralta. I'll give it to him
Wow.
just because
He pitched
yeah,
well in the game.
you got to give credit where it's due.
Mm.
He pitched well yesterday. I mean, he pitched all right. Better numbers than previous starts. So
Yeah.
it's if we're gonna look to trade him at the deadline, I think he needs to start bringing his value up so we can get some players back.
True. True. I'll tell you right now, bench. That's my hard
Mm-hmm.
hat. 2 run home run, 2 run
Mm-hmm.
double. He's
Yeah.
being productive. Yeah, and listen, Seattle, pretty good pitching team. You got some hits against some, some pretty, I wouldn't say legitimate, but some, some solid pitchers. And bench, you're definitely proving why you deserve to play every single day for the New York Mets. And moving forward, you are a piece of this now, not Mark Vientos. Well, so one more shout out from Mark Vientos.
Nice.
I'm done with that guy. I'm done with that guy. So now let's transition to the New York Knicks. Ronnie, did you watch Game One?
I watched the first two quarters. After that, I
Oh, you missed where
went
it
and got
got
into
good.
bed. Yeah,
Okay.
they were losing, and I was like, "Oh no!" And then
Yeah.
when I look at the score, when I wake up this morning, I'm like, "Damn, 105-95. Snap!" Jalen Brunson went off.
I'll tell you
Um,
right now, Ronnie. I only so you didn't. I actually kind of missed the first half. I watched the second half.
mm, mm,
I'll tell you right now, Ronnie. The New York Knicks are proving exactly why they need to be respected. I felt like they were not getting respected. I'll admit it. Like I didn't want to respect them, but I was also respecting it when I said they're gonna win in 6 games. Even though I hate to admit it, Ronnie, 7 straight playoff road games where they win in double digits. When in the playoffs have you seen road teams winning by double digits this late in the playoffs? They're listen. This team is resilient. They're providing matchup issues for Wemby. The Spurs are gonna have to adjust. It's the Spurs definitely have their hands full, specifically Wemby, because Karl Anthony Towns is providing the Knicks exactly the matchup nightmare that the Spurs did not want to encounter, and that's Wemby can't stay in the paint. Karl Anthony can
mm.
shoot it anywhere, so he's making Wemby, like Charles Barkley said in the post game show, making Wemby like, listen, you're gonna defend me, you're gonna have to step out, get out of the paint. OG, Josh Hart, uh, Jalen Brunson, they can take the paint. And Brunson, oh man, injury scare in the first quarter, and then he had
Yeah.
an ankle scare in the second quarter, I believe, right? Second or third
Hmm.
quarter,
Second quarter.
and second quarter. And let me just say this, Ronnie, because you and I, we're gonna be on the same page when we say this, okay? Or you would agree with me when I say this. And feel free to disagree if you don't agree with me. Jalen Brunson had a Willis Reed moment yesterday, walking gingerly off the court and then walking back onto the court. Or he was walking to the locker room. He was limping. It looked kind of serious. It was scary. You would imagine that knee injuries are scary. Ankle, wrapped it up, still played it through. I personally have gone through a lot of ankle injuries, and I will tell you right now, I would have submitted and I would have told everyone, I'll see y'all next year. I hate ankle injuries. I would not be able to play through one.
Mm.
Um, Jalen Brunson, after what I saw yesterday in that fourth quarter, the way he took the game away, and Wemby was showing that he was gonna force his way to win this game, and Brunson said no. The fight with Brunson and those moments of like, it reminds you of Willis Reed when he walked off the court and he walked back into the court with like a broken leg essentially, or had a torn meniscus. I forgot what injury he had, but Brunson has shown that if the Knicks were to win this championship, is Jalen Brunson top 3, top 2, or even number 1, like all timer New York athlete to exist?
Oh yeah, of
Or
course.
yes,
Yeah, of
wow,
course.
okay.
I want to
Who would
say
you put
yes.
in your top 3 as of right now? I would
All
imagine Jeter. I would imagine
in
Jeter
all
has
of
to
New
be in
York,
top
in all
3,
of New York.
even in
Okay,
all
all of
of New
New York
York, like
sports.
all New York sports.
Well, first I'm gonna say Mark Sanchez. He's definitely number one
For the right or wrong reasons.
for the wrong
The
freaking
wrong
reasons.
reasons. Oh my goodness.
He gave
Oh
us
my
hope.
goodness.
He gave us hope before. But
That's
no,
bad.
in a serious note, yeah, Derek Jeter has to be number one. I'll give Derek Jeter number one. Um,
Okay.
Number two, I would give it to hmm. I
I
want to give it to David Wright, but that's being biased.
okay.
He doesn't have a ring,
Hmm.
unfortunately.
Unfortunate.
But he
2015, it should have happened, man.
yeah.
Should have happened. I
Um,
get choked up when I think about that.
damn, all of New York sports.
I'm
Jeremy Lin, Jeremy
oh,
Lin.
that 2 weeks, that 2 weeks,
Yeah.
those 2 weeks of Jeremy Lin has been the last 3 or 4 years of Jalen Brunson. Let's
Mm,
be real. Times
hmm.
10. That's what it feels like. And I
Yeah.
haven't been in New York. Actually, I've been to New York once to watch the Knicks against LeBron. I took my brother because my brother's a big Knicks fan, and I was surprised for him. And oh man, Brunson jerseys everywhere. I wore a Brooklyn Nets beanie, and I went to the Garden. That was a mistake.
Yeah.
That was a
I
mistake.
think number two has to be
Ruthless.
Eli Manning.
Eli Manning's a good one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Eli Manning, just because of the two Super Bowls, and he beat
Tom
the
Brady of all
Patriots
people,
twice.
and it's the
Exactly.
Patriots too. Yeah, yeah. Eli Manning for sure.
And
Babe
then
Ruth.
if Babe, I mean,
Eh, because it's not our lifetime, but
yeah, it's not in our lifetime. I think if you compare numbers to numbers,
yeah.
or at least what he did, but no, I can't have Babe Ruth. Maybe top five, maybe top 10. I don't think he pitched that much when he went over to the Yankees, so he wasn't that Otani. I, I don't quote me on that because I'm not too
Mhm.
sure, but I think I
Yeah.
saw something like that he didn't pitch
Okay.
as much with the Yankees.
Okay.
And yeah, so Derek Jeter, Eli Manning, and if Brunson wins, he's number three
Damn.
for sure.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you right now, Jalen. The reason why Jalen Brunson, like, it's his size, the story, it's an ultimate underdog story for Jalen Brunson. He everyone said that he's not supposed to win, or you can't win with him as your point guard.
Yeah.
The thing with Brunson is that he's playing for a team that baseball, you got the Mets and Yanks. And hockey, you got two teams, the Rangers and the Islanders. You go to
Hmm.
football, you got the Giants. And in basketball, yeah, short of Brooklyn Nets, but they started in New Jersey. And
Yeah.
the move is still early, and it's really not a competition, even though I'm a proud Brooklyn Nets fan. It's not really a competition. If you're from Brooklyn and you feel like a connection with the team, sure, but it's the Knicks.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna guide them to a championship, you are. People had Melo as an all timer, and like I
Hmm.
love Melo. You know me. I love me some Melo baskets, man. I love watching him play. Man, he didn't do much with the Knicks, man. It was if anything, I consider a disappointment. I feel like the Knicks should have done more with him, but couldn't get it done. Jalen Brunson right now. I mean, I don't know if there's gonna be New York for us to visit if the Knicks win the championship. They need to burn it down. It's
Yeah.
it's it's serious. Who do you got
Hmm.
for game two, Ronnie? You think the Knicks are gonna go back to New York on Monday up 2-0, or do you think the Spurs are gonna tie game?
Yeah, I think if the Knicks go to New York 2-0, I think they're sweeping.
They're
I
sweeping.
think they're making
Ooh.
history. I still say Knicks in six, but
Uh-huh.
if the Knicks take game two, bro, I don't see them losing two. I don't see them losing two games
Hmm.
at all. Yeah,
Interesting.
bro,
Interesting.
that team, I saw the highlights, man. That team is different. It
They
was
are.
like everything was going against the Knicks, and bro, to win the way they did last night,
They won by 10. And they played
I
a
was.
bad game. That was the worst. I don't mean to cut you off, Ronnie, but the Knicks, I think that was the worst game they played in their 12-game win streak. That was the
Mhm.
worst game, and they won by 10.
Yeah,
And Brunson did not play good. It was one
yeah,
quarter that Brunson showed his brilliance, but it was one quarter. And yeah, no, you're right. I think I will tell you, not because I'm against it, but I do think the Spurs will bounce back. I think that they're gonna have a good game plan to counter the Knicks, and that's okay. I think the Knicks going home tied 1-1, take care of business at home, and you're looking at three shots, excuse me, to win a championship. And it just feels like the way the Knicks are playing in this whole story with Jalen Brunson and Villanova boys and all this stuff, I just feel like it's appropriate for them to clinch it at home, which is why I put Knicks in six.
yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so
No,
we'll, we'll see.
I say
We'll
Knicks
see.
in six too, but man, if the
It's
Knicks go
buzzing
back
right
to New
now.
York 2-0,
It's
bro,
buzzing.
how are you gonna how are they gonna
You can't
lose?
blow it. You can't
Yeah,
blow it.
how are you going to?
you can't blow it, and this team is showing you the way they're playing that they refuse to lose. But I will say this: Knick fans have suffered for so much.
Oh man.
If there was ever a team that could potentially just whatever happens in a bad way and they blow it, it feels like the Knicks kind of are a team that might get the worst. I don't want to say bad luck because that's a loser talk, but it just kind of feels like the bad karma. If there's a team that people want to laugh at and say, like the Warriors, they get clowned for blowing a 3-1 lead. I feel like the Knicks are like a franchise that might happen
That
to.
might happen too, yeah.
But I don't. The way they're playing, it's hard to believe that. I'm just saying, I feel like New York is definitely a franchise to keep an eye on that, where things might get uncomfortable and they could potentially blow it, but I doubt it. So
they're having fun. They're having fun.
That's
You can
the
tell.
important thing, yeah.
And there's
Brunson's
nothing
so
better than winning. There's nothing better than winning. When you're winning, you can have as much fun as you want.
Yeah, hopefully better days for the
they're,
Mets.
they're having fun. Yeah, well,
Good
it's a
thing.
different story.
I will say this because real quick, San Diego, I predict, Ronnie, actually, we're going to win 2 out of 3.
We're getting swept, bro.
Oh, we're getting okay. So Mets
We're
getting
getting
swept is Ronnie. That's his prediction. We're gonna go the road trip. We're gonna finish 1-5. I think we'll go 3-3.
Okay.
Strange,
Okay.
but San Diego's kind of slumping, and I feel like the Mets might take advantage of that. We'll see.
If
Simply
you
because Mark
predict
Vientos is
that,
gonna be benched.
if you come out, if your prediction comes out right, I'm gonna start going to you for bets.
Oof. Let's see. Can I make it 2 in a row? Can I be more consistent than the Mets?
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
That's an interesting angle. I think we'll win 2 out of 3. I'm not gonna preview too much on it because I'll be honest with you. My attention with the Mets right now, I'm previewing games. I'm basically watching and absorbing what comes. And Mark Vientos again pissed me off this week. All right, so you got swept. I think we're gonna win 2 out of 3, and hopefully the Mets salvage a 3-3 West Coast trip before coming home and still playing hard teams. And thank goodness for the NBA Finals and for the World Cup, which is next week.
Yes, sir.
Thank goodness that all that is happening while the circus that is the Mets continues to disappoint and people are not really paying attention to it.
Oh, one more thing. UFC Freedom.
It's coming up.
That's next week too. June 14th.
Ooh, okay, yeah.
At the
Oh,
White
I
House.
can't wait. That's a stat. We could do
My
a
two
quick
favorite-
fight analysis even on
My
the
two
channel.
favorite
tomorrow, real
fighters
quick.
on that card.
That's gonna be a fun one.
Fighting for their yeah, that's gonna be
That's gonna be a fun one. Excellent. If you are listening on audio, thank you for listening. And if you're watching on YouTube, please like, comment, and subscribe. Till next time, LFGM. LFGM.
I'll just say LGM.
Till next time.